Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are going to start our history of Rajputs official episode number 6. We welcome to you in our channel History of Rajputs official, and today we are going to describe his episode number 7. So friends, elders and sisters, Rajput from Sanskrit meaning son of the king, also called Thakur. Thakur being used interchangeably with Rajput to refer individuals belonging to this cluster of high caste. Thakur is in fact of a common title of people of the caste. As Pandit is for Brahmin caste, a large multifaceted cluster of castes, kinship and local groups, kinships and social status. The lineage originates from the northern part of the Indian subcontinent. However, the derivation from Rajput is misleading because although many Rajputs belong to some ruling clan, the majority of the Rajput community were ordinary agriculture laborers whose primary source of income was farming. The term Rajputs means sons of Rajas, but this appellation is not to be taken literally. Through a good number of the Rajputs belongs to the one of the other of the numbers pulling clans that constituted the Rajput polity. The vast majority of the Rajputs were common peasants, eking out a bare subsistence from their arid land. The term Rajput historically covers various patrilineal clans associated with various several clans claim Rajput status, although not all claims are universally accepted. According to the modern scholars, almost all Rajput clans originated from peasant or rural communities. Over time, the Rajputs emerged as a social class that included people from diverse ethnic and geographical backgrounds from the 12th to the 16th century. Membership in this class became largely hereditary, although new claims to Rajput status continue to be made in later centuries. From the 7th century onwards, several Rajput ruling dynasties played a significant role in many areas of central and northern India from the 7th century onwards. In terms of religious affiliations, in 1988, one survey at that time, it was estimated that out of total Rajput population of roughly 38 million in the Indian subcontinent, at that time 1988, the majority 30 million, 79% were Hindus, nearly 8 million, 19.9% were followers of Islam, mostly concentrated living in Pakistan, while slightly less than 5% were Sikhs from the religious belong to Sikhs. The origin of the Rajputs has been much debated topic among historians. Historians Satish Chandra states modern historians are more or less agreed that the Rajput consisted of miscellaneous groups including Shudra and tribals. Some were Brahmins, who took to warfare, and some were from tribes indigenous of foreign. Thus, the Rajput community formations was the result of political factors that influenced caste mobility, called Sanskritization by some scholars and Rajputizations by others. Modern scholars agree that nearly all Rajputs originated from present or pastoral communities. Historians discuss three theories by Raj era and early writers for Rajput origin, and gives the reason as the why these theories are dismissed by modern research. British colonial area writers characterize Rajputs as descendants of the foreign invaders such as the Scythians of the Hunas, and believed that the Agricola method was invented to conceal their foreign origin. According to this theory, the Rajputs originated when these invaders were assimilated into the Kshatriya category during the 6th or 7th century, following the collapse of the Gupta Empire. While many of these colonial writers propagated this foreign origin theory in order to legitimize the colonial rule, the theory was also supported by some Indian scholars such as D.R. Bhandakar. The second theory was promulgated by C.V. Vidya, who believed in the Aryan invention theory and that the entire 9th to 10th century Indian populace was composed of only one race, the Aryans, who had not yet mixed with the Shudras or Dravidians. Nationalist historians Vidya and R.B. Singh write that the Rajputs had originated from the Vedic Aryan Kshatriyas of the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata. Vidya bases this theory on certain attributes such as bravery and physical strength of Draupadi and Kausalya, of the bravery of the Rajput. However, Patel says that such affinities do not point to an unbroken continuity between an ancient epic period in the Vedic period, according to the Vidya, and the great Rajput tradition that started in 16th century. Rajasthan instead raised the questions of similarities between the epics elevations to the Vedic Vartya, Brahmins, and earlier medieval low-status Rajputs called Patel concludes that such attempts to trace Rajput from epic and Vedic sources were unconvincing, and cities Nancy MacLean and B.D. Chattopadhyay to label Vidya's historical and Rajput as often helpless. A third group of historians, which includes J. Narayan Asopa, theorized that the Rajputs were Brahmins who become rulers. However, such one-track arguments and convented evidence such as shape of the head, cultures, stereotypes, etc., and dismissed by Patel, who refers to such claims and Asopa epics reference as far-fetched or intelligible. So friends, goodbye.